Hi Scorpios, Amber here at Symbols for Living. Hope that you're very well. This is your love reading for transitional period between the end of the year and the new year. So this will be your New Year's Eve reading, I guess you could say, but it does cover the actual whole week for the New Year's week. This is for your Scorpio moon, sun, ascendant, Venus, and also descendant. If you didn't know your descendant sign ruler, you can simply leave a message down below. I'll explain to you how you can go about finding out, what your seventh house ruler is and what that actually means. I also welcome other people who are commenting. If you see anyone ask that question, you know the answer, please feel free to help out your fellow Symbols for Living tribe member. It's gonna have to work for now, but yeah, or I will answer you. There's no problem. I hope you had a great Christmas. Happy New Year. I hope it's great. I hope all your dreams and wishes come true, and all the blessings that are coming to you come to you with ease, and with you with welcomed with open arms from you as well. And I hope that you go from strength to strength. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and supporting me over the past year. I do really appreciate it, so thank you. I'm going to go ahead and get started with your reading now. Before I do though, I would just mention that I am going to be adding a bonus reading to the end of this reading, which is my compatibility spread, where I'll look at the overall compatibility for you guys as a couple. So the overall energy, I may as well mention now, let's get the elephant out of the room. I do have the 10 of Swords as your overall lesson. Now, I have been told, and I'm quite certain, that the 10 of Swords is not really all that bad all the time. In fact, it can actually mean that there's something positive about to happen to you, and that the worst is over. And that maybe you finally made a decision to leave something behind, or something's come along which has put an end to some sort of really difficult, painful possibly situation in your life. But yeah, there is a letting go of a very negative situation, and accepting something to be over, but that hopefully will be freeing for you. We do have the 10 of Coins underneath that, and the 9 of Wands in reverse underneath that, and lastly we have the 10 of Cups and the Page of Cups. So definitely new beginnings. There is quite a few 10s here, in all fairness, so there is an end, but I feel that it's an end to a really positive new beginning. I don't feel like it's I don't feel like the other 10s represent a time of like ending of a happy situation, as far as I can see, until I go through the whole reading. But as far as I can see, I feel that those 10s really represent other positive things that will be coming into your life, that will turn that 10 of Swords into the 10 of Cups, or into the 10 of Coins, where you will start to feel secure again, and you will start to feel more balanced and happier with things, especially pertaining to this relationship. So even if it does come to an end, there's something very good around the corner. So you're to look forward to those times, and not focus on the negative times that you just had to maybe endure. Essentially, we do have the Chariot card in reverse for your partner's feeling, clarified by the Hierophant in reverse for your partner's feeling. So the Hierophant in reverse could signify a divorce or breakdown of a commitment, especially with the Chariot card being in reverse. It could be that your partner doesn't see a way forward, cannot find the energy or enough focus to continue to carry things forward. Things that may seem like too much of a burden, and there's a lot of things at play here though. Family is a really big issue between you guys. You could have very strong family ties. You could be family, you could be married, of course, as I've said. And there may be children involved, and not even just children, but other people that are involved, especially maybe people that look up to you in the family as well, people that rely a lot on maybe you two being together. You could provide a lot of security to your family as a whole. So this would be a major decision. I don't think that this will be, I think that this is on the cards quite literally. Like there is this transitional period that maybe you're going through at this time where it feels like and seems as if, and you know, it seems as if it's all kind of maybe unraveling and not going anywhere, but there is no actual breakup card here that I can see apart from the Queen of Swords in the near future, which could symbolize someone just kind of drawing a line in the sand, or acting abruptly, or cutting something out. But otherwise I don't see it. I just feel like your partner may be thinking about it, may feel like that's happening, may feel really unstable, may not know how to take the relationship forward, doesn't see a direction. It just feels really shaky and like there's no stability in the relationship, like everything's up in the air. You have got the 3 of Coins. So you look like you're ready to make whatever sacrifices may need to be made, or compromises that need to be made, or the time that needs to be put in. You're willing to do that to make this work, but you're not interested in, you kind of taking it all on your own shoulders and putting in your work. You really want to understand everyone else's part, and how everyone's going to also contribute to the success of this relationship. Money could be an issue as well. You may need or want your partner to invest money somehow, or maybe change the way that you guys spend money together. That could be an issue. This could also involve something to do with building a house, and developing an idea that maybe you're both involved in. But you may also be very much interested in, again, in like everyone pulling their own weight. You're quite interested in that. That's really your main focus, is that, yeah, okay, I'm happy to move ahead, but I need to know that you're also wanting to move ahead. And your partner seems to be really feeling shaken up, I think, by this, and really feeling like doesn't know what to predict, doesn't know what step to take to move forward, because I think they just lost confidence. They've lost a lot of confidence because maybe the family isn't what it used to be. Maybe the commitment isn't what it used to be. Maybe there's something that's changed in the relationship that's really not what maybe this person expected. Maybe this person isn't ready for marriage, and things like that, but feels that you are, and maybe this is a major turning point. Don't know, maybe they want to still be with you, but they don't want marriage, or they don't really know how to make things work, if that's the case, because maybe you really want marriage. You could be looking to kind of take things to the next level with the 3 of Coins and really start to solidify the connection that you have from a 2 to a 3, to actually start to have it, like, basically add on that additional aspect to the 2 of Coins. You want that 3rd coin. You actually create that 3rd entity, which is the relationship, but in a more solid, concrete way. And I think your partner may be feeling a little bit shaken up by that, and they may not be ready. They may know that it's time, and they may be seriously thinking about it, but maybe they're just not ready right now. Okay, so let me just grab this before I go any further. Okay, so in the near past we had the Emperor card in reverse for your partner and how they felt, clarified by the Justice card. So yeah, maybe this is you, Scorpio. Maybe you've said to your partner that you're not secure, you're not happy anymore, you maybe don't feel appreciated, loved, you don't feel like you're getting enough attention, or these are more major arcana for your partner. Like, wow, your partner is definitely going through it. But I think this all started maybe with your discontent. You know, if you're the female here, especially if you're the mother or the wife in this situation, you may felt like quite discontented and out of sorts and unappreciated, and that you weren't able to maybe tap into that real feminine aspect of yourself, of self-love, and making yourself a priority in some way. You may have felt like things were unfair, especially with the Justice card being here, and you may have been very right in your or justified, or like you weren't making it up, you weren't just kind of feeling sorry for yourself or unable to entertain yourself or something like that. Like it was a very justified reason for you maybe bringing up that kind of conversation with your partner. You may have also made a decision where you felt like you may have given this person the ultimatum with the Justice card, like, you know, it's either this or it's that. But you may have been wanting change, balance, and adjustment to come into the relationship. But ultimately, the Justice card could represent you, or your partner having to be, or being faced with you asking the question of, you know, when are you maybe going to make me an actual wife? Like, why am I still in reverse? Like, when am I going to be your actual wife? When are we going to pop the question, and when are we going to make this official in the courts on eyes of the law and become legally bound to each other? So some people will say that, you know, that's the ultimate sign of or ultimate romantic gesture, and maybe you feel like you really need that, you know. And your partner seems to have been kind of receiving you or viewing you to be that way. Okay, then we have the King of Swords for the near past, for how you felt. So yeah, you may have been quite strategic about this. You may have been very much like loved up with this person and got to a point where you were like, hang on, I need to get my logic back into the game here. I need to figure out what's coming next. And you started to think more logically about the situation. Like you may have realized that, you know, you're dating this person for maybe, I don't know, looks like a fairly long time here. There's no indication to time really, but I can see. Yeah, you could have been dating them for some time. Long enough anyway for you to kind of feel like it was drifting, or it needed some structure, some direction, some strategy, some thought put into it. It looks like you were, again, upright. You were very right to be thinking that, that you were right. You did spot that there was an imbalance, and you quite quickly set about expressing yourself, probably very eloquently and very justly, and probably in a way that this person couldn't really argue with you. And that's probably why the person now, or your person, doesn't see a way forward, because they're like, you know what, you're probably right. Like, maybe, you know, we do need to kind of think about a long term, or you do deserve this, but they're just maybe not too sure about how they want it to look. So they may need some more time as to figure out exactly how they can really make this a kind of a win-win situation, because they may want commitment, but they may have their own ideas around it. They may need to kind of, you know, different things. Like, commitment means different things to different people and looks different to different people. So it could be that your partner is having to really kind of figure those things out. What's motivating them, or what's hidden in their subconscious, is the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So they're not feeling that optimistic. Underneath it all, they don't feel very powerful. They don't feel empowered, really. They're not an empowered person that you're dealing with. They don't feel like much of a leader, maybe, you know. They don't feel very masculine. This is quite a masculine energy. They don't feel like they could be that leader to start something, maybe, or they don't feel that there's an opportunity for a new start in this relationship. But this would be a very disempowered kind of situation. where they just they feel like they have to figure everything out, but they feel because they can't think of a solution, this may be proving that they're not really up to it, that they're not able to be this leader, this male macho person, maybe that they think that you're expecting, kind of a more typical kind of status quo masculine person. Maybe they aren't able to do that. With the Hierophant in reverse here, talking about traditional roles, it could be that they don't feel comfortable with traditional roles, but they do really want to be with you at the same time, but they can't see how that can work. And it could be kind of affecting their confidence. Like maybe they could be thinking, am I not enough? Questions like that, which is kind of immature, because you're not really raising that issue about them being enough or not. You're just saying, look, this is what I need right now. So, but they could be feeling that they're not empowered to do that or to take action. They don't want to take action, and it's really stressing them out. We then have the Queen of Pentacles for your motivation. So you're looking for security, you want stability, and you want a relationship. You want to stability, maybe more so for your family, for your home. You maybe want to start a family. You may be ready for that if you aren't already married. But that is your kind of main focus, is the security of your family and yourself for years to come. And I think you are looking for something stable. And I think also you feel as if the stability is going to do a lot for your own self-esteem, your own feelings of security, and put a lot of your own kind of worries, I think, at ease. Like just generally in life, I think. Yeah. Then got the Three of Cups for your partner's intentions, and the Sun card in reverse to clarify that. So your partner is looking to, reconnect with you if there has been a disconnection, bond with you, use this time over this period to just have fun with you, to drink with you, to have good times. Although this is kind of like the sun going down for me. I feel like it sometimes can represent some sort of ending, or there not being enough light in the situation, there being more shadows than light, where maybe things aren't as they seem. It also talks about soulmates as well. I think this person does see you as a soulmate, but they maybe don't see how this connection can continue, maybe, and they maybe want to just have fun for now, just continue to just have a good time with you, even if it does mean that they're not truly happy. So it's like they may be keeping things lighthearted. They could be intending to kind of maybe keep things on a more superficial kind of lighthearted energy, where there is happiness, but maybe not that kind of really pure energy where it's very, very honest. There is something that is hidden. And I think it's around their actual kind of heart space, what's actually making them truly joyful. They are trying to maybe seek their joy in some way as well. And they may find that in order to do that, they may not be able to do that with you. And they may be kind of accepting that. So then we've got the Judgment card for your intentions. So you want everything to come out in the open. You're basically saying, look, I accept your flaws. I accept how you are. I want to be a grown-up about this. I want to work through this with you. Let's just leave the past in the past, in a sense, or let's just deal with things how we see them. So you really are wanting honesty, so you can make a clear judgment as to whether or not you're going to continue with this person as well. You would rather know the ugly truth about this person, that they're not interested in having a relationship long term or marriage or whatever. Sorry, I had a blank moment. I had a thought come in my head and then kind of, yeah. But yes, you may be kind of willing to either accept this person warts and all as they are, and kind of maybe just put up with the fact that they maybe don't want the same things as you do and still want to kind of go ahead with things. So this kind of is asking you to kind of really be this kind of bigger person kind of thing. And that's what I think you would like to do and intend to do. But at the same time, you also just kind of want to know exactly what this person's about so that you can go ahead and make the right judgment call on this situation, so you don't go investing your time, which you do honestly want to put in with this person. You don't want to waste that time on something that isn't actually going to get you anywhere at all. You know, you do want to see some progress in the direction that makes you happy. So with the Ten of Swords here, though, I would say that if it has been difficult in the past, I think that things, and you know, and if things are difficult now, like I think you're being asked to remain positive and don't be disheartened, because there's something good that's going to come around the corner like really soon. So especially with these Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. And the Nine of Wands reversed, like all this hard work and this maybe feelings of kind of being on your own, you don't want to be on your own, or having to fight alone, that's all going to come to pass according to the cards here, and that you're not to see this as negative, but actually as a sign that things are going to get better, and a lot better, it looks like for you here, Scorpio. Where you will find that contentedness. But in the near future, we do have the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. So your partner is looking as if they may very well not want to kind of continue with the Knight of Wands energy. They could start to recognize that it's time for a change with that. And with the Queen of Swords here, to clarify, this could be about making a decision. It's almost like, though, with the Queen of Swords reversed, that there is some sort of compromise or kind of like a truce. You know, it's almost like giving in as well. Like just saying, okay, look, here's a truce, here's peace. Let's just stop arguing about this. Let's just put the knife in the ground and everyone puts down their weapons. And, you know, so this person may just not have the balls kind of thing to continue arguing with you. They are the Knight of Wands in reverse, so they don't really have, again, that confidence and focus. They don't really have that. They have a lot of bravado, a lot of energy, a lot of optimism, you know, but and they're probably very sexually active and lots of energy and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think that they really have that mature focus yet. Or maybe have something to believe in yet. So there's someone, could be maybe fairly young or immature, and they're not really good at kind of standing their ground by the looks of it. But with all these major arcanas for them, it looks like they are kind of being asked to grow up a little bit or grow and mature. Got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse for you in the near future. So upright, it talks about being having a strategy, having a long-term view. Yeah. So yeah, you may not have a long-term view for this person. You could also be being really stubborn about what you want and not budging on this situation. You are both in reverse in the near future. So I just feel like this is like a Taurus. You know how Tauruses sometimes can be like, I mean, you're not a Taurus, you're a Scorpio, obviously, but you know, Taurus is your opposite sign. It's like your sister sign in a way. It's actually, you're actually on the same spectrum. You're just two complete opposites of that spectrum. So you actually are more similar than you are different. You'd probably be surprised. So it's like, yeah, I think you're really, and it is in reverse, almost like an opposite energy, but I think you're being quite stubborn about things. Yeah, you're kind of digging your heels in. You have a plan, you're sticking to it. You're not budging at all. It looks like you may not even want to make a commitment to this person at this time as well. And this is only for the New Year period. So it's only for the first week of the New Year that we're looking at here, with kind of a focus on the New Year's Eve, really. So, you know, just for this period, you may be like, we still need to work out this strategy. I'm not even too clear about how we're going to move forward. So you may also kind of be not too confident about how you're moving forward either. But at the same time, you are, you know, still the Knight of Pentacles. There is still a bit of stubbornness there and not moving, not wanting to move. But I was going to say, with the Taurus energy, Tauruses can sometimes be quite strong-willed, and yeah, when you want something and you're stubborn, like, it's, yeah, just don't get in the way of a Taurus when their mind's made up and they're being stubborn about something. So it's kind of like the energy that you have. But then that's also very similar to the Scorpio, kind of all or nothing. You know, full commitment. Doing, you know, going all the way kind of things. There's still that kind of absoluteness, you know, in both energies, or both signs. So yeah, it looks like you will win this argument, I think. And you start off as the King of Swords, so I don't know how you could lose the argument. And something good is coming around the corner, but so don't lose hope. It may not be with this person, you know. There's so many major arcanas that came up for this person. I don't know what sign they are, but it could be a fire sign, with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands, and the Empress and the Sun card. This person could be a Leo that you're dealing with, or a fire sign, especially with the Nine of Wands also in reverse. It could be a Taurus that you're dealing with, as I have brought it up, and we do have the Hierophant card centrally as well. So it could be a Taurus that you're dealing with, or an Earth sign, yeah. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards here for you. For the sign of Scorpio, New Year's Eve. Okay, so we've got true love. So Spirit would like to let you know that you may be dealing with a true love situation here. We've then got short term being the obstacle. So the obstacle could be that it hasn't been long enough. So you could really be feeling this new love situation, but maybe your partner feels that there hasn't been enough time that you guys have spent together, or that this is too short notice for them to really be talking about the issues that you'd like to discuss about long-term commitments. We've then got Beauty Queen is what brings you together. So I think this is representing you, if you are the female, or if you are the male. I think there is just a very strong attraction. There's someone who's very magnetic, that seems to be the main attraction within the relationship. You could also quite boost each other's self-esteem and also raise each other's profile in public, and that's also what brings you together. Control issues is what you're dealing with, Scorpio. That's interesting. They've got fun times for what they're dealing with or learning about. We've got children for how you see them, And then we've got the brunette female for how they see you. At the base of the deck, we have got true gem. So you are learning about a true gem, diamond in the rough. And we can see here as well that this gem is like being pierced through the darkness, which is kind of a similar energy or story about with the Ten of Swords, that you know, our greatest moments, or what's the word? It's like the darkness before the light. Our darkest hour. We sometimes experience our darkest hour before the dawn. No, it's the darkest hour is before the dawn. You know what I mean? So yeah, something really good is going to come. This is a true gem situation. You are a true gem, and you are to remember that. And this relationship could also represent a true gem for you. However, you're learning about control. And how to kind of let things go. I think you are being quite stubborn here with this person, but I think you're being asked here to kind of release that control, or at least recognize how controlling maybe you can be when you really want something, and just managing those tendencies. I don't think it's a big issue. It's more just about you learning about this. So just maybe being more mindful and aware of yourself. And then we've got fun times. Your partner is learning about that. So I think your partner is learning about kind of leaving those fun times and maybe thinking about a more mature relationship. Or at least they're being asked to learn about at least transitioning through that at this time. You see them as childish, I think. And they see you as incredibly alluring. Like I said, there is someone who's very beautiful that continues to be a magnet, I think, for this person. And I just think it's either the obstacle is that it's a very light-hearted kind of fun times energy this person is bringing to the relationship, and that's the obstacle, because you see it as true love and a gem. So you see a lot of potential here. I think there is a lot of potential here, but I think that it maybe is just a bit too soon for this person to go ahead and make a big commitment. That's how they feel. So I have actually pre-shuffled these. I actually pre-shuffled the other ones as well, but I forgot. But I have pre-shuffled this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull the cards out. Just trying to save time for you guys. No, time is precious. So we've got the Treasure Island card at the bottom. So again, this does represent very similar to the true gem. There is some treasure to be found. And it's about not lowering your standards for me, and putting yourself first, making sure that you are content and happy with your love life and situation, and keeping to those standards. So we've got message in the bottle. I think this is also talking about head and heart decisions as well, but it's also referring to communication, making that telephone call, reaching out to whoever you need to reach out to discuss whatever you need to discuss. There's also a swan, or it looks like, is that a swan? It's not a swan. That's possibly a seagull or a stork. So it could be talking about children here as well. You could be wanting children. Maybe you're trying to discuss this with your partner. You're trying to get it through to them, and maybe you really need to discuss with them further about your dreams of maybe having children and having a family, and that is what you see for your future, but you need to communicate that with your partner. So then we've got why. Looking into why, really thinking, again, being mindful, looking at the decisions that you're making and the choices that you're looking to make, or that are placed in front of you, or choices that you make, basically, like why do you do them? Why do you do what you do when you do it? Why do you want kids? Why do you want a family? Why right now? You need to think about that. And if it is about control, it could be as far as wanting to control how the relationship goes, because you wouldn't be the first and you won't be the last, and we've all probably been there, maybe, where we have realized that you know, maybe being in a relationship, if you were to introduce a child into the relationship, or as maybe some sort of commitment that does maybe keep that person in your life forever. I think that's a really drastic, crazy thing to do, personally, I would say. But as I said, it's been done many times and will be done many times again. So it does happen. So it could be that you maybe are having, maybe feeling like you're going to lose this person, or that you're, if you don't put the relationship to the next level, that it all will be lost. Maybe you kind of feel that way, but your partner is feeling like, well, it's a bit soon for that. Like they haven't got cold feet like that. They're kind of happy to keep it maybe lighthearted for now. And but it looks like they're giving anyway towards the end. So we've got the Imagine card here again. So yeah, set your intentions. Make sure that your imaginings and your wantings, like your the vision for your future is clear. And I think it will get clearer the more you answer the question as to why you want what you want. I've also shuffled these cards as well to save time. So this is your compatibility spread that I promised you for the end of the reading. So we're looking at communication, love styles, shared goals and vision, how that looks, spiritual growth, how you will feel in the relationship, and the overall outcome or the future card. We do have the Magician in reverse. So overall for this relationship, the one thing that would be important to remember, especially when faced with difficult times or when dealing with each other, that there is a magician energy about the relationship, and that it really is all about, it is about give and take. It is about acting and using the resources available to you as well. Being flexible, knowing which part each one plays in the relationship to make it work. So if someone's very good at the emotional side, someone's very good at the material side, and someone's very good at kind of planning, strategy and thinking, another is great at ideas and inspiration, fun, and planning nice adventures and holidays, things like that, then it's like everyone plays their part, and that's what the Magician to me represents. With it being in reversed, it could be that sometimes those lines are blurred maybe, and they need to be, you need to carefully make sure that everyone is pulling their weight and that everything is fairly distributed, and that there may be a tendency to focus on the negative as well in the relationship, and you have to learn how to kind of make it work, use what can be used to make things work. I hope that makes sense. Use what's available to you. Like I said, if you're good at talking, then do the talking. If you're good at, like, you're obviously very good as the King of Swords. You have got very good, you're quite eloquent, you're quite quick-minded. So maybe that's going to be where your strong point is, and that's what you'll be dealing with in the relationship. But it's just learning to do that. And maybe, you know, letting go of that control of everything and just doing your bit and knowing your bit, knowing what you're good at. So I got there in the end. Sorry. So we've got the King of Wands for communication. So yeah, lots of sexy communication, and yeah, it's very hot and heated, and lots of ideas, and it's very positive, and yeah, it's very sensual. There could also be issues of control as well, but mainly derived from the ego in terms of your communication. But your communication is very excited and positive, and you make lots of plans. Whether you execute them or not, I don't know, because it's actually the Wands King here. Although with it being the King, it's like you probably do execute it. So you guys really do help each other, I think, grow, especially in terms of your career. You may have great ideas around career and business and like anything that inspires you. You might both really love the arts and dancing and things like that. You've got a very creative energy about you, and it could be that you are dealing with a Leo, like I said, and they bring this kind of side out of you where you guys are constantly talking and discussing creative things or creatively. the way you express your emotions is the Seven of Cups reverse. So there's a lot of emotion, and I feel that you may treat each other like, you could always kind of be telling each other, like, you know what, there's so many people out there that want me, but it's you that I want. You know, it's that making that person maybe feel exclusive, like they are some dream come true, or there's also a kind of element of mystery as well between you two. But in terms of how you show your affection, it could be quite random with this being here. It could be different things all the time. You maybe never know what you're going to expect. This person may like to surprise you with lots of different gifts, or you them. Maybe you show each other love by keeping things exciting. You know, never knowing what's going to come, planning adventures, always doing something new, exploring your interests. But I think it'd be very decided. And I think, as I said, I think there'll be kind of the way you show each other that you care is by letting each other know that even though there's so many choices out there, they're the one, kind of thing. And that would make sense for a Leo. I think a Leo would like that. I think a Scorpio would like that too as well. So in terms of your shared goals, sorry, my neck. We've got the Tower card in reverse. All right, so I think what this is talking about, I think this is talking about the issues that you guys have, where there is this kind of incompatibility with tradition and how you see things. So there's going to be a lot of traditional ideas that maybe you had that will be completely thrown or turned on its head and thrown out. But I think the same goes for your partner as well. But as it is in reverse, I don't feel like it's going to be like some major blow that will break you up. I just think it's something that you'll both have to deal with. So then we've got the Seven of Wands in reverse again. So this is for your spiritual lessons. So you're learning how to kind of let go and not be so stubborn and resistant to new ideas. And so is your partner. So you're both growing and introducing new ideas around expression, maybe expression of your love, expression of your passions and desires. You're learning how to not be so resistant to maybe change in that area, or not so much change, but just introducing, allowing someone to come inside and maybe criticize some of the ideas that you have. So I think you'll both have to compromise here with regards to the ideas you have for the relationship. So then we've got how you will feel. There's a Seven of the 7th card, I should say. Oh no, it's the 14th card, sorry. No, it's the 17th card, sorry. But I was represented with 7 for some reason. But yeah, it's actually 17, and it is the Star card. Now, you'll be feeling very much like there's a future for the relationship. You'll feel like there's so much to come, that it could be like a dream come true, and that there's so much planned and it's going to be so good. And you're very much maybe focused on the future of the relationship, and that's what keeps you, you know, working on it in the now, because you see so much potential in it growing so much, and you see a real future. And you maybe also see this as someone that you could be completely honest with and really kind of lay out and share your dreams with them. And we do have that here, where there is a lot of communication about maybe dreams, desires, inspirations, goals, ambitions. You know, you may feel like you're really able to open up and really say all those things to this person, and feel hopeful about the future, and maybe feel inspired and given a bit of confidence to do that, because this is a fire sign, but I think they're just a bit nervous when it comes to commitment. They may just not feel ready for it. We've then got the Temperance card in reverse for what your future looks like. So this does look like there could be a bit of disharmony, but we have already seen that there could be disharmony because of these kind of difference in values. So around commitment, sorry. Sorry, I thought I heard someone look. So yeah, there will be a disharmony in the future. That's how it will look. There'll be a constant back and forth and rebalancing, I think, of the values in the relationship. You're both gonna have to learn how to be sensitive to each other in order for this to work and be successful. You have to be sensitive to each other's needs and wants, in order not to be too harsh and brash with each other and maybe hurt each other's feelings with harsh truths and, you know, raw honesty. You may need to kind of temper that a little bit. Otherwise, you could find that you may end up very bruised, and so may the other person. Yeah, and there may not be a coming together, you know. So that's your reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. I don't know what that noise is. I'm going to see what that is now. Wish me luck. Yeah, have a really lovely New Year's, as I said. Thank you again, as I said, for following me and continuing to support me. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to contact me, my details are below in the description box. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Hope that it was helpful to you. It's a very interesting relationship that you have going on here, Scorpio, and I wish you all the best. So take good care. All right, bye.